Welcome back to Coach's Corner. This is the show where we talk to famous coaches from around the country and around the world to get their advice and get their coaching philosophies. My name is Steve Finnan and I'll be your host tonight. And let's give a big welcome to Maggie Finnan. She's a Quidditch coach with just an outstanding record. Everybody give a big hand for Maggie. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's really an honor to be on the show tonight.
Well, let's start out with just a basic question. What do you feel is your basic coaching philosophy?
Well, I could go on, but I have really in my coaching philosophy 5 major points that I always like to make sure all my athletes and everybody know. First is that for me, respect is expected. I've done a lot of things in the past, and when I go in with new athletes or new people, I really expect people to show the basic respect for each other. Not just for me, but from player to player or player to property. Like there should always be that level of respect that everybody deserves. Second, winning is not everything. I want all my players to know that what really counts is the journey that takes you, all the practices, all the small tournaments, all the scrimmages. It all leads up to the big tournament, but it doesn't really matter whether you get the trophy or not. It would be nice to have it, but what really matters is what you learn and what you take from all the experiences you have playing the sport. Third is always give 100% in the game and in practice. I'm a strong believer that practice is really the most important thing because it's where you develop your skills, where you practice, where you make the mistakes that you should be learning from. And I try and give 100% in my practices, so I expect my players to give 100% of their time and effort to their practices, just as they would in a game. 4, never give up. Giving up, to me, is never an option for my athletes. I want all my athletes to know that you have to give your 100%, and that's the best you can do. And if your 100% isn't enough, then it's not enough, but never give up. And lastly, team is the same as family. I want my whole team and all my athletes to know that I'll always be there for them and that they should always be there for each other because we are like a family. Win or lose, we're there together and we're there forever. Always like a family.
Those are some very good points. Why do you feel as a coach it's important to have a philosophy?
Well, Steve, what I believe is a coaching philosophy is really like your own personal beliefs, and it's coming from who you are as a coach. Who you are as a person transfers into you as a coach through your philosophy. How you teach people the sport you play is how reflects on you personally. So I think it's really important for coaches to have a philosophy because it helps them realize who they are as people. And the best way for me, and like how I feel the best way a person can coach, is from their own experiences and from their own personal beliefs and values. Because I couldn't coach you from a different person's coaching's values. It has to be my own values, otherwise I won't be passionate about what I'm doing. And passion is where a great coach comes from.
Those are some excellent points. I would like to ask you some more questions on some of the specifics, but first let's take a break and have a word from our sponsors.